in meeting with teams, just is that kind of like something you really spent a lot of time kind of working toward and preparing for, and how much preparation did you put into those meetings with teams in advance of kind of chatting?
Yeah, I think kind of the whole season. I mean, lots of interviews with them throughout the year from September to now, so it was lots of practice throughout the season, and yeah, I think they all went pretty well.
How many teams did you meet with?
23 total.
Were the Sabres one of them?
Yeah.
What stood out from that interview?
I think they were kind of like all the other teams. Lots of questions about my family and where I come from, and some about the hockey as well. It was a really good interview.
Any strange interview questions?
I guess like the famous Montreal question about what animal you are on and off the ice. That was probably the strangest one I got this week.
How did you answer that?
I said I was a crocodile on the ice and a monkey off the ice.
Why?
Just a pretty calm guy off the ice, and on the ice pretty calm as well, but I got that little bit of a bite to my game.
Yeah. What would you say is your best attribute? What's the thing that you're proudest of in terms of your skill set?
I think my offensive creativity. I think that's something I take a lot of pride in my game, and I think that's one of my strengths.
And what was one of the things that teams were kind of trying to challenge you on in terms of either what you need to work on or what you think you need to work on?
I think a lot of my defensive play, just being better positionally with my stick and stuff.
Is there anyone you try and model your game after?
Yeah, I like Evan Bouchard on the Oilers.
How come?
I just the way he plays in the offensive zone, his creativity, and as well as his shot.
Who was your favorite player growing up?
I liked Jordan Eberle. I was a little bit of an Oilers fan, so I watched Jordan Eberle growing up quite a bit.
So did you gravitate towards forwards a little bit more when you were younger, or did you play forward when you were younger, or kind of how did that all go? Because obviously skill is a big part of your game.
Yeah, always was a D-man, but yeah, I liked, just watching hockey, I liked the offensive side and how the forwards played.
If you could steal one trait from an active NHLer and apply it to your game, what would it be?
I'd probably go with like McDavid's skating, I think.
Of all the goals you scored this year, do you have a favorite one?
Yeah, I think scored an OT goal against Edmonton this year and late in the season to kind of help us in the playoff push.
A lot of players have called you one of the hardest players to play against in this draft class. You look obviously at the goals and the penalty minutes too. I guess is there a nasty side of your game you like to bring up there?
Yeah, I think I always play with a little bit of grit in my game. I think that's something I did a lot this season. So I'd be pretty happy to be recognized like that.
Is there a certain grittier NHL player you like?
Not really. Just yeah.
Any thoughts on the Stanley Cup final?
Nothing really. I mean, from Alberta, hope the Oilers win.
Which WHL draft eligible player is the hardest to defend against?
I think Caden Lindstrom. He's really big and powerful, and he's really explosive in corners, and it's tough to contain him.
What do you take from Bouchard's play, the way he's developed his game, and how does that kind of give you a thought that NHL players can continue to develop their game through their career?
Yeah, I think like Bouchard got his offensive side of his game really going the last couple seasons. He's been a huge part of the Oilers, and I just kind of seen how he got more confident with his offensive side.
How close do you think you are to being ready for the NHL?
I think a couple of years away, maybe 2 years.
Bouchard is known for the Bouche bomb. Do you have a nickname for your shot?
I don't have a nickname. No.
Maybe that'll come later.
Maybe, yeah.
What's the best piece of trash talk you've ever heard on the ice?
When I was like 16, I think someone told me they'd sign my jersey for me, and on the ice, I thought that was a pretty good one.
I guess for me too, just as you've kind of developed and now the next step is like things like World Juniors, things like that. Have you been talking to Hockey Canada? Do you expect to be part of that decision process this year?
Yeah, I hope that's something I can get a camp invite to and do my best to make that team. That's a goal of mine this season.
And I guess we talked about the toughest players. Who do you think is the most skilled guy that you've gone head to head against?
I think probably like this season, Gavin McKenna. He's a great player. He's super shifty, and he off the rush. He's super tough to defend.
What's the first hockey memory you have growing up? Could be playing or watching.
You think probably the first playing memory just on my backyard rink when I was a little kid with my brothers and myself. It was just kind of where I fell in love with the game.
Do your brothers go at it a lot? Any fights out there?
Yeah, we went at it quite a bit when we were a lot younger. Yeah.
Who usually got the better of those?
I think I probably took the most beatings in those battles.